Okay, so living such a nomadic lifestyle, how do you maintain relationships? And I mean, love affairs, friendships, relationships with people that you meet on the
Uh,
road.
well, for the relationship part, I think it's just for me, it's always been like I just put myself out there and then I see what happens. Like it's always how I do it. And then the relationships I've had in a past have been a little bit turbulent, to say the least. So now I focus more on just trying to find someone that I just makes me feel safe and happy. And then if they want to try to do the same lifestyle and move around and see places and also share the motorcycle part, that's great. But if it's not, then it just doesn't work. But you never know unless you try. So I'm always open to just meeting new people and seeing if it works or not. And obviously, yeah, you get heartbroken a lot, and it's a lot of confusing because, like Nata said, like not a lot of people want that. Um, so yeah, it is hard to meet the same like-minded kind of person to have as like a long-term partner, which is what I would like.
Mhm.
Um, but then for like friendships, for me has always like I'm not diagnosed, but I'm 99.9% certain I have ADHD. And for me, with like friendship, it's kind of like it can go a really long time for me if it's the right person. And then I'll just like whenever I start texting a person, it's not like I forget about them, but it's kind of like it gets on pause. And then where it got left, I pick up again when I text the person. I don't know why my mind kind of works like that, but then also my most of my friends that I know are kind of like that as well. So then it just kind of works
I think
like
it's a
that. And
type of
then
friendship, and we just attract
yeah,
each other when we are
yeah,
like that. The rest just doesn't
yeah,
work out.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you and me, we talked about that as well. Like right now, like I don't think we have
I think we
spoken
did
so much
for
since
3
Bali.
months.
And now when we just saw each other, we were like, la 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 la. So
I think the
yeah,
friends who choose us also know our lifestyle
yeah,
beforehand. They don't
yeah,
expect
yeah.
to be at every Sunday barbecue.
So I moved to America when I was 10, and then I lived there for 7 years, and then I moved back to Sweden. And then now when I went to Australia, it wasn't really even, it was more like, I'm so excited, I want to go now. Like, it wasn't like, oh, it's a big thing. Like, should I be nervous? Like, a lot of people were like, aren't you nervous? I'm like, no, I'm so excited. Like, it's going to be great. And then I got
How
stuck in
long are you
Bali.
planning to stay there?
So right now I have a 1 year working holiday visa. And so if I want to have my second year, I have to work in these what they call the 88 days. So I have to work with some kind of farm work, or here in Cairns, you also take tourism work. So the work I do on the boat counts
Mhm.
towards my 88 days, 2 years. If I can get a sponsorship, that would be great because then I really want to go on this very long all of Asia trip. And I can't really say for sure. Maybe it'll be a really long time, maybe it won't. So I don't really know right now.
Okay. And Nata, did you ever have to choose between love and traveling?
Ooh.
Yes, many times. I always chose traveling, no hesitation, because if you're not going to travel with me, then you're just not the right one for me. That's just as basic as it gets. Like, if we don't have that same deep value or lifestyle mindset, if that's not the number one priority for you, then you're just not made for me. That because you're going to value and prioritize other things, which is okay, but
Yeah.
it's very easy to want my life at the beginning. It's
Yeah.
very exciting. And after 6 months or a year, you realize it's not that exciting and you go back to your normal, scheduled, safe life because it's really something you need to really want deep inside to make it happen. Like they said before, it's like a lot of sacrifices. And that's what people don't realize. They think it's just lock their door and go for a great adventure. And that's not what it is. It's not lock your door, it's give your keys away.
Don't have a door.
Yeah, you don't have a door. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for people, usually they want to stay in their comfort zone. Even if they go out of just a bit, they want to be sure to be able to come back.
Yeah.
Just have that there. For example, my husband said, let's sell the motorbikes when we travel and we'll buy other ones when we come back. And I didn't want that because I couldn't sell my Honda. I just couldn't. So, and then I said, no, we're just going to sell them whenever the time will be for that, but just not for traveling. But it is a comfort zone in a way because, you can always come back and you have your house, you have your motorcycle, you feel, you feel like
more
you
than a
belong there.
comfort zone, it's a security. And that's the thing people are really scared to leave. Because comfort zone is more what you're used to or what you like. For me, my comfort zone is actually to be traveling. I'm out of my comfort zone when I'm in a house and I start getting nervous and I start hating the routine. So my comfort zone is actually traveling and be on my own and do whatever I want when I want. But what you mentioned, I think it's more the security. And that's the thing people really struggle to leave. Financial security and then a bit of comfort in a physical aspect. Like have their bed, have their laundry, have their things. I think those are the things that people are like, oh yeah, that's easy. You go to 5-star hotels and then
no. And the laundry thing is a really big thing. Showers and laundry. Those are like huge things. People like there's so many times I just wash my stuff with just basic soap and then people are like mortified, like, how is it clean? I'm like, well,
it's not.
It's okay.
Tell me how the people that you meet react to your lifestyle, because as Nata said, it's not something that everybody understands and it's not something that everybody wants, but the people that you meet on the road, and I'm talking not about the travelers like yourselves that will understand you. I'm talking about other people that you meet, other friends that you make. How do they react to your lifestyle?
I think most of the people don't get it, and I'm also not there always explaining the full story. I have different version of, like we were saying at the beginning, of introducing myself because I cannot be 3 hours talking about myself. So when I'm just traveling and like I go to a coffee and the lady from the coffee is saying, oh, you're on your motorbike, you're alone. I'm like, yes, I'm traveling, I'm from Switzerland. And that's it. And I know she will assume I live in Switzerland. And even if they ask me, I just say, yeah, I'm from Switzerland. Oh, when are you going back? Oh, in 3 months. And that's it, because I cannot open this conversation. Every time. It's actually one of the things I like the least from traveling is to have to start from scratch and to explain yourself so many times again and again and again. It feels like a job interview every day where you have to explain who you are.
They judge you. They don't know you, but they judge your choices.
No, it's not about judging, even if they're interested, but it's like a constant dating, like, how old are you? Where are you from? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's like constant dating. And that's actually very tiring, also because I'm repeating all the time the same story about my life and my things. So
you should have a QR code of your website.
That's such a good idea.
Look me up and you'll understand.
Here, scan this. No.
And then I get a lot the part where people are fascinated and think it's a dream life and want the same, but then again, what we just said, they don't realize everything that it implies, and like all the sacrifices and all the struggles and everything. They think it's just their same easy life, to say so, but without the boss telling them to be in the office at 9 in the morning on a Monday morning or something like that. But it's not like that.
I can't say that I'm a truly nomadic person, since I don't have the financial stability to do it. Like, I don't have Yeah, exactly. I love traveling and I want to do it 100%, but I just have to stop somewhere to get money. That is like my number one limit all the time. Like I have to stop somewhere, save up, save up, save up, and then when I feel like I have enough to get food every day and have fuel in my tank and internet, then I'm good to go. But it's always money is always like the biggest problem, and it's also kind of the biggest question I kind of get on my Instagram as well. Like people will ask me how can you afford your trips like this, and I'll be like, I work and I save. I
People don't see
Yeah,
that.
people think there's some magic trick, and then you tell them, I work. Oh.
I work, and I don't go out, and I don't splurge it on. I mean, I will buy my camera equipment is the most expensive thing, and if I can afford a new computer someday, maybe that would be great. But uh, for now, like the camera equipment is what I spend money on because that's what I want to invest in. I want to
And your
make it for
Lightroom
my
monthly
Lightroom subscription and the CapCut subscription and the subscription for my domain for my website. Though that's where the money goes, and then for the traveling. But I don't buy fancy clothes. I don't and I don't have like the Netflix subscription. I know that's not a lot, but like all those things that add up. And like I don't go out and drink. Like I'm usually like when I work, I'm kind of boring to work with as well because people will be like, "Let's go out, let's eat fancy dinners," and I'll just be like, "I'm so sorry, like
save for a purpose."
I have to save my money. Like we can go if it's some place like a little bit cheaper, then I'll be like, yeah, let's go. Like can we sort it this way? And if they're cool and they're like, yeah, let's do that. So then Adina can come, then that's great. But a lot of the times people want to like really do like a big night out or something like that. And then I have to be like, I'm so sorry. I really I can't afford it. I'm safe. And they're like, we have so much money. I'm like, yeah, but it's
Nata, you didn't tell us. How do you support yourself
yeah.
financially while traveling?
Very, very poorly and very badly. Like I just gave up on everything. Like I don't go out, I don't buy clothes. But since a very, very, very long time, like when I was like 16, 18, I would go to secondhand market to sell clothes and make money with that. And since there, I always had that idea of recycling and reusing. And it became such a thing that my neighbor, since a very long time, maybe since 10 years, and my cousin now also since maybe 3-4 years, they give me all their clothes. I actually never, I mean, I bought a few things, of course, but I never buy clothes because I receive them secondhand. And then a lot of things are like that. I buy everything secondhand. For first time in my life, I bought my camera new. That's now the camera I have now since 6 months is my first new camera. Before that, it was always secondhand. And that's the sacrifices and all the things you say no to. I think it's easier for me to say no to all of these things because I'm in a lifestyle that doesn't really go with. I mean, no one ever asked me if I want to go out. Yeah, Ade, she has a normal life, and then she has colleagues
Yeah,
wanting.
but even if you go out,
Say no.
because there's this saying, don't buy new clothes, just change the country. It's gonna be new clothes in another country. So
That's a
the
good thing with
lifestyle
motorbikes.
helps.
You anyways don't have
You have the
space.
same outfit every single day on the
Yeah,
motorcycle.
I'm traveling with 3 t-shirts. I traveled with literally for real 3 t-shirts.
Yeah,
And
you
my
wash
gear
them.
for
With
5
soap
months.
in a sink.
Yeah.
But good, okay, this is how you save, but how do you
Oh
make
yeah,
money?
yeah, yeah.
You have to have an
True.
income.
So I have 2 sponsors. I had 4, no, before the other one. Well, whatever, but they stopped. So one, I was expecting them to stop after a year because it was not very motorcycle clothing brand was not very aligned, and I could see they were going towards a different direction than my style. And the other one I was really not expecting, so it was a big
Disappointment.
like a unexpected cut in my budget.
Yeah.
Because I was really not expecting. Like in December, they were like, "Oh, it's great, we continue with you next year," and suddenly in March it was like, "Oh no, we changed our mind." So that was bad. And I have one motorcycle sponsor that is still with me. I do content for them. So I do photos and videos for them every month. And I have one side job where I do videos, TikTok videos for another brand. So it's not about me as a motorcycle person, it's just me as a creator doing other stuff. And I have shorter contracts, like a few months, 1 month or 2 months, 3 months. For example, I had a contract with the Insta360 camera brand. So they sent me the cameras. They wanted me to do ABC videos. They paid that, and now it's finished. So it's a short contract. So it's nice, but the problem is then you need to re-sign or re-contact and everything. That's a lot of work. And for the longest time before this year, because this year I really wanted to have a long road trip, so I didn't do that. But before that, I was helping a handicapped guy at home when he needed help when the wife was going on trips. So I would go to his home and help him with all the
Where?
cleaning
In which country?
Finland.
In Switzerland.
Cleaning the house, cooking, opening the newspaper, all those things. So that was nice while I was traveling, because it was like a rest, a stop in one place. And it was a job that doesn't require me to be in one place forever. It was like, oh, I need you 1 weekend. Oh, I need you 1 week.
Okay,
Nice.
okay. I also think you have to find a routine in this lifestyle. I mean, you have to have Adina said that you were not eating well because of the prices of the food, but you have to be healthy to be able to travel. You have to stay fit to be able to ride a motorcycle.
I always eat everything I want. I don't.
Yeah, that was her thing on our trip.
I don't. Yeah, I'm too old for this shit. Like literally, I had a very hard life in my 20s, and I don't care. I'm never gonna eat caviar. It's not my style. But if I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat it. And I'm also not a dessert person, and I don't like sodas. So actually, all this makes me just spend my money on the food I like. If it's a fish, it's a fish. If it's meat, it's meat. I'm not gonna eat only rice and eggs.
So what's your go-to food when you ride to keep your energy levels?
It's really depending on the country. It's impossible to have
Yeah.
food routine because you don't find the stuff in one country that you find in another. They introduced me to, was it 2 years ago, the Burning Cow? Yeah, 2 years ago, to the real tourmat, the dry tech food.
Yeah.
You know, the food that is dry, you put hot water in it.
It's kind of like freeze-dried food. And
for hiking, no?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like hiking food, yeah. It's very common in
I
Sweden.
had a lot of those with me for this trip in the north, because that was actually the perfect food adapted to Norway or
for
whatever.
motorcycle traveling.
Yeah. But then I go to Asia or to Bali, and we were eating noodles day and night.
Of course.
But there it's a little bit cheaper as well. Like you can afford it. In Asia, it doesn't cost.
It's cheaper to eat out.
Meal.
Yeah.
And there are shops everywhere. When you're in Norway, there's nothing for thousands of kilometers.
And there, if you're gonna buy it in a restaurant, it's going to be like it's so expensive there.
And do you ever take days off from riding? I mean, I'm talking to Nata now because Adde said that she has this period of. But Nata, do you take days off? Because I saw in a post you were saying today I don't feel like riding. So this is my view from the tent. You could see it's a fjord or something. So is that the kind of days off that you take?
Well, it really depends. There's so many reason of taking a day off. If I'm tired, of course, I would just not ride. I mean, it's literally, I have no boss telling me I have to ride. Nothing forces me to ride a day I don't want to ride. If I have my period, I might not want to ride. I just don't ride.
You just listen to your body.
Yeah. If it's raining or really horrible, I have also no reason to go ride in rain. Like some people say, oh, it was 2 weeks and it was raining every day. Yeah, then I would just stay. You know, they have to because this is their holidays, but I really don't care. I ride to enjoy the ride, to see the views, and to take photos. If it's raining, all this is gone. And then I also stop a lot to work, because that's the part that we always forget. I need so many days, so many hours every day. When we're in Bali, I think 2 times they went on a ride all day or part of the day, and I just stayed in the hotel working and editing. Because it's just not possible to ride every day, like
Every
30
single
days
day.
a month or whatever.
And this takes me to my next question. Which part of the content creation work do you enjoy most? Filming, photographing, editing, writing? Which one is your favorite?
Oh,
Taking photos. I do photography since I'm like maybe 8 or 10 or whatever. I was taking photos of my toys. And I started traveling because I wanted to be like a travel and war photographer. And then I started Instagram because it was the photo app. So
Yeah.
I wanted to share my photos on Instagram. So it's definitely 100% photos.
I'm gonna
Video.
say both
Like,
video and photos. I'm gonna say both video.
But do you enjoy more taking the videos or editing them? I don't enjoy that much editing videos.
I mean, no, I do like the editing. I do like the editing because I have an idea. Usually, I have an idea in my head of what I kind of want, and then
Oh, I know what you don't like. You don't like to search for the right audio.
oh, that's what I don't like. The audio messes me up all the time. I really enjoy the editing. That's actually fun, and I love like you doing the like the little cuts and for like text effects and like also transitional effects. Like I really like that part. I don't. I think that's very fun, and also photo editing, which Nata really helped me out with. Lightroom Classic. I'm very good at that one. So
Really nice.
yeah, all of that I really enjoy, and but also like the photo and the actual filming because it's creative. You have to sort of be creative. You have to get the right background, and you have to think about like where you positioned as well because usually it's since it's a motorcycle rider you want yourself in the shot as well. So you have to sort of think about where you're going to be positioned, the light, and yeah, everything about that I think is really fun.
Nata describes her videos as raw, messy, and deeply personal. Why is it important for you to keep them like that rather than polished?
Probably just because I'm not capable.
No,
Makes
not that.
Like if I could do my dream video, it would be a complete different lifestyle and mindset and material I would need. Like I would need a real videography camera to do like real Hollywood movies style, you know, like on Instagram you see those polished
Yeah.
videos and reels. It's a different camera. It's a real big professional camera taking this. You cannot be riding and vlogging and having that camera at the same time. You probably not do it on your own. That's the biggest struggle. Film yourself is almost impossible.
Adina, you've been very open about your abuse and the way that motorcycling has helped you in your healing journey. In what way did it help you rebuild your sense of self?
Oh, it's still such a weird thing to say that it was an abusive relationship. I'm still, even now, like so many years later, thinking about like, was it abuse or was it just me? Like I'm still questioning, even if it was that. But yeah, I mean, first of all and foremost, the abusive relationship I was in really just tore down my self-esteem. Like I would just at the end of that relationship, I barely could get out of bed, I barely could shower, I barely could do anything. So for me to break out of that and start learning to ride a motorcycle and really feeling like I did this myself, like I went and learned this. I If I dropped the bike and I picked it up for the first time, it was such a thrill of just feeling like I am enough, like I can do things myself. I'm strong enough. I'm smart enough. I know it sounds so like weird to someone who has not been in an abusive relationship, where you're constantly told that opposite, you're wired into thinking like, no, I'm not enough, I should shrink myself, I shouldn't do this, I shouldn't do that. But the motorcycling is really like you really have to like you said, there comes a point, yeah, you can get help from people, but there comes a point where you just have to make the mistake. You have to drop the bike. You have to change the oil. Like there is points where you just kind of gotta do things, and that to be in a healing journey and also learning motorcycle riding is so good, because what you try and you try and you struggle and you do it, and then you get this sense of like, I'm enough. Like I did it. Like I really did it.
Empowerment. That's empowerment.
Yes.
Yeah. You feel
Yeah.
strong. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that
It's
just
like
like,
any skill that you get better and better. So see yourself riding better and better is also this making this
yes.
image of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think for even for people who have not been in an abusive relationship, if they start riding, they will build on their confidence, because it is like a confidence thing. It's like, not that you said you were
Many people
struggling.
have confidence, self-esteem issue
Sure.
with
Yeah.
no reason, without trauma, just a general.
Yeah. So it's just it is a really great thing to just build on yourself. Like motorcycle riding, I believe it will build self-esteem in anyone who does it, abusive relationship or not.
Very
But for
beautiful to
me, it
think
helped a
about it
lot.
that way. Mm.
A lot of people to be social, because people are shy and don't know how to interact or how to make friends. And motorcycle
The
brings
motorcycle community is
yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instantly you just
And
find
people are so different in the community. I mean, there's so
they
from
are.
different parts of life, but then they get
Yeah,
together in a place where they're all the same, so they find the common ground easier.
they
Yeah.
do. And it's old people, it's young people, it's
Exactly.
becoming more and more women as well, which I'm like so excited about.
Yes, look, I have so many
Yeah,
women guests. I mean, I'm so happy because when I started school, there was another girl we were doing the school together. We didn't know each other, but we were so hyped up. We're just the two of us,
yeah,
we're so happy. It's us and the guys. So we were very proud of ourselves because we were good. I mean, we were very good. Yeah, so it does give you a boost of self-esteem. But I think riding solo also brings some loneliness. And would you say that is true?
I think
Not for
that,
me.
like, not that yeah, like I think it's very personal. Like you kind of like introverts and extroverts. I think you can. For me, I think I'm both extroverted and introverted. I love being social. I love talking to people. I love sharing stuff about myself. I'm a very transparent person. Uh, but I'm also very introverted. I charge my batteries on my solo travel. Like I like to travel alone. Like I like to be also alone, not
Mm-hmm.
for too long. But I feel like being alone is not the same as being lonely. Like
Yeah,
you can be in a
Yeah, those
room
are
of
both.
people
sure.
that you don't kind of like, and that you feel that they don't like you, and that can be way lonelier than being on top of a mountain in Norway in the
Yeah,
middle of
when you
nowhere.
don't feel the connection.
Yeah,
And
so I
feeling lonely comes more from your life in general. Like I never feel lonely because I have my friends. I can be
Sure.
sitting home or on my motorbike. It's the same friends, and that's what makes me not feel lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
What's your scariest memory on the
Oh,
motorcycle?
uh, for me, it was probably like I've never really had a scary incident riding. I think. I mean, there's always like little jump scares everywhere, but it was my last day, I think, in Sicily on my big trip to Italy and back from Sweden. And there was a man on the campground who was kind of like helping people find like their camp spot. And he just started talking to me, and I was talking to him because I'm chatty and I like talking to people. And then I just realized like he never really left me alone. So I kind of had to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to stop talking now because I have to set up my tent and my food and everything. And then he kept coming back a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just wanted to read my book. Like I wanted to be alone and just read my book. And I think he started coming back and being like, "Hey, do you want some food?" And I was like, "No, I'm good. I have my food." And he's like, "Hey, do you want to come and sleep in my like the hut. Like I have a free like, and then you can sleep in a bed. And I was like, no, I don't want that. That's weird. Like I don't really know you. And he
Mm.
kept coming back. And then it was like in the middle of the night, and he kept, saying like, "Oh, hello, sweet girl," and like just
Mhm.
being very
Really
creepy.
pushy. Mhm.
And he was like, "Please be my girlfriend, please be my girlfriend," and like just saying these like insane things,
Mm.
like very pushy towards something like, I don't know how to say it in any way, but like sexual.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was just creeped out, red flags up, like, please leave me alone. And I thought I made it very, very clear, saying no, constantly being like, no, I don't want to. And at some point, I actually had to scream at him, like, get away from me. Like, I don't want you near me.
There
And
was
I
no one
remember
near you, other campers.
there was not a lot, it was off season, so there was not a lot of people there. And the people who were in the office, like I didn't want to leave my tent, like I was very afraid. So my mom had bought me this little Swiss Army knife, and I remember I was just laying with this knife. I didn't sleep at all. I was just
Yeah.
laying the entire night with this knife, and I was just like waiting for him to, like, I don't know, take my tent and throw it in the ocean, or like, I don't know. I was coming up with these crazy scenarios. He was gonna come and beat me with a pole or something. I don't know. I was terrified.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think
that was
if it happens, even if when it happens during the night, it's worse because you feel so much insecure because of the
And of
darkness.
course, it always happens at night.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's when
And
they get, they how do you say, they have the courage to, because he started during the day. He started talking to you during the
yeah,
day. Got
for
pushy
sure.
at night when you were more alone.
Yeah,
So how
more
he never came
isolated.
back after that, after you screamed. Was that it?
I s I woke up really ear like, I couldn't sleep, so I just woke up at almost, I think it was, like, 3 or 4 AM, and I started packing up my stuff. I was like, "I can't be here anymore. I'm shaking." So I
You
just packed
think
up
you
all my
have
stuff.
a mace, a spray, the spray? Do you have one with you? You could have one.
Mm.
It wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, now on my travels, I don't have a mace because in a lot of countries that's illegal.
Yeah,
I think here in
Mm,
Australia it's illegal. But I have an alarm, so it's very loud.
mm.
And I
Oh,
just have
okay.
to pull it, and it makes a really loud noise. And that
Yeah,
will,
that's
like,
scary too for them.
if there's anyone close by, it will get their attention.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
that one I got from my mom. Thank you, mom. Also from my Swiss Army knife and my little alarm.
Yeah,
But
but with the knife, I mean, yeah, as a woman alone, men are stronger. You
they
can
are strong.
it happens. I mean, it happens to fellow motorcyclists like
it
yourselves that
literally
travel
happens
alone.
to everyone. I don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
any girl not having a story to tell like that.
Everyone has this,
Not
even
not a single
non-motorcycle
one.
riders.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if you're alone, traveling alone, I mean, the risk is higher, let's say. So, yeah, it could happen to all of us, but the just being alone, I think raises the risk because you meet
But I
so
would
many new
actually say
people.
that just traveling alone as a woman is not really the risk, because I've actually had more creepy encounters
yeah,
from, like, actually it's the
I agree.
most times I've been scared and creeped out
Yeah,
has been from married men in Sweden, and it's been on,
yeah,
like, uh places where I've been very familiar and close, like, close encounters with, like, people I'm familiar with.
Really?
And
I
yes,
agree. Most of the stories I know are from more settled settings
yeah,
where more like the
yes,
guy feels in confidence. The guy feels like it's his territory.
Okay.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So this
Normally,
is
It's
a
kind of
not
myth.
not.
random men on the streets. So this is like just
Mhm.
this I don't want to scare other women if they hear this podcast or they hear this story. This is not the norm. This was
Mhm.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
a
yeah, I
really
understand.
disturbed individual, which is like, yeah, it can happen. And sometimes it does happen, but it's not the norm.
Mhm,
Majority of men I meet on the road are very kind, very helpful. I've had so many men that I've trusted, and they've shown me so much kindness and
mhm,
helpfulness. And
mhm.
it's not in any way like saying that you can't trust men as a solo female. You should always be wary. Like, that's just one of the things. But
Yeah.
for me, it's just one incident, and it
Mhm,
stuck with me, and
mhm.
it was very uncomfortable. But it was one incident, and my whole trip was like 61 days. So
Mhm.
to compare it, and during those 60 days, except for that day, I had men helping me raise my bike up. I had men helping me set my tent up. I had men like showing me the coolest viewpoint. I had
Mhm.
really nice, interesting conversations with men. So it I would say as like a solo female that it gets twisted a lot. I
Mhm.
think in that view, I'm more afraid of men that are like in my friendship groups, because that's turned out a lot to be not friendships. It's been men who want to get with you and then they pretend to be your friend. That I feel is a more common theme
Mm.
um, than some random guy on my trip.
Mhm. So that's
But what about
interesting.
you, Nata?
When you travel solo, you also get a very, very good gut feeling about everything.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, that guy you clearly knew after 30 minutes that
yeah.
it was a
That's
red
bad.
flag. The gut feeling was like, oh no,
Mm,
maybe
Mhm.
next time you would even leave the
yeah,
campground if it would be like that.
yeah.
And I think that's something that you really learn to listen when you travel
True.
solo.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Your intuition. Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the lucky how you say, like the one bringing in
Example.
another story.
Exception.
Exactly. Exception. I'm the lucky exception. I never ever had a weird, dangerous, scary, or whatever encounter of any sort. Like, I cannot remember a scary moment, but I do think it's a lot because of my gut feeling. If I could tell everything that would have happened if I would have stayed,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
you know,
Uh-huh.
like I don't even get the chance to get into a weird situation because I just don't even start it or whatever. Like if I go
Mhm.
to a hotel and I'm like, oh, this is a weird feeling, I just leave.
Mhm.
If I would
Mhm.
maybe not listen to that and think, oh, okay, whatever, I just paid a room, then maybe something would happen with the guy next door. I don't know. I'm just inventing scenarios. But who knows how many things would have happened to us if we wouldn't listen to that intuition. And yeah, I never had anything scary happening to me in 20 years of traveling on 3 different continents. I had moments like, I don't know, I think bike related, the scariest was wind in France that was so strong, it pushed me out of the highway.
Oh wow.
I'm so
Whoa.
happy it was pushing me to the right, so it pushed me out
Mhm.
of the lane where there's no one,
Lane.
not against the other cars on the
Yeah.
other
Yeah,
side.
yeah, yeah.
And I was so scared I couldn't hold the bike and I would maybe fall or whatever. Like I would lose control of the bike. Like very bike related. That's
Yeah.
Mhm.
the one time I got really scared. And other time I was in scary or weird situation or people would be scared of. I'm always just thinking there is a solution. Like I dropped the bike in the middle of nowhere where there was no one.
There's always someone there for some
Yeah, you're
reason.
not
I don't
scared.
know.
You just figure out something, you know? Like I just walked 10 minutes to the main road and I waited for a
There's
car to come
someone.
and I asked for help. So
Mhm.
it's also a mindset if you're scared of everything. I mean, I could tell stories, people would be like, yeah, like screaming at half of my streets. It's super scary, like sleeping on the street or I don't know, crazy shit. But like scary, where you feel threatened, like you just told the story, Ade, never. I touch wood that it will never
That's
happen in the
good.
future.
Yeah. Hopefully it will never happen.
So, would you say that the greatest lesson that traveling has taught you, would you say that it's listening to your intuition?
No, I would say
No.
it's be yourself, whatever it
Yeah.
is. Someone will love you. It's okay. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna work out. Just be yourself.
Mm.
100% agree. It's more of a sort of a finding yourself kind of lesson. Like learning to be yourself and believing in yourself. For me, it's more of a confidence thing. I can do what I want. But also what Nata said, like that you don't care if people like you or not. It's you're just gonna like kind of tune into what do you like? Like
You like
what do you
yourself.
want? Yes, and also like in choices, like what do you want to do? Like what do you like to do? Like what do you like to eat? Like sometimes I feel like when you're in a relationship, you kind of start to
Adjust.
tune in with your partner, and then some along the line, and I don't know if that's part of like abusive relationship or it's if
You lose
it's
yourself.
general. But yeah, very easily I can lose myself if I'm in a relationship. But whenever I do solo travel, I get very in tune with, no, I like this. This is what I like. Or this, I really want to do this. Like
Mhm,
sometimes when I'm with a partner, I'm like, I don't care. Like, ah. But
mhm. Just to
solo travel,
adjust so that both can have their say. I mean, yes, it is in a relationship. You both have to compromise because that's a relationship. If one never compromises, then that I think is a kind of an abuse because
yeah, that's,
Compromise mean, okay, let's not eat pizza, let's go for sushi. Okay.
yeah, but if you
You
always
yourself you forget that you
always
want pizza.
yeah, but if you always let the other one decide, then you lose yourself in a
Yeah.
yeah,
period of time. So yeah, compromise is normal as long as it's balanced. I mean, both have to give and take. If just one chooses and then the other one is just like a puppet that just yes, okay, goes along with the
mm,
with life.
That people actually get to forget themselves living in a certain society. The same way with a relationship. You end
yeah,
up
in
doing what
society as well.
society tells you. You
Yeah.
end up forgetting who you are and what you actually want because you just
Mm.
follow those rules from society. That's why so many people are unhappy, for example, in Switzerland. Because clearly
Mm.
the Swiss rules are not aligned with, I don't know, maybe 50% of what people actually would like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get in the rat race, and that's
Yeah.
everything you know when you have to do that, and you don't know how to get out because you have a loan, and then you have to pay
Yeah.
taxes, and then you have to, yeah. So
It's like
life
an
just
abusive
arrive and then you
relationship at
die.
some point. It really is.
Oh. So this takes me to another question. If you had unlimited resources, what would be your next project?
Oh, oh, that's a very good question. Ah, wait, I have to think a little bit.
Mine is easy because it's the one I'm working towards and I'm kind of already doing, but it's always so hard and draining because of resources. But it's just take my bike and go all around the world, like that, as basic and simple as that. And then it depends if the unlimited resources are for a set amount of time or forever. Of course, if I'm a millionaire forever, I would maybe not even bother in trying to build businesses if I really have millions and millions and millions. But if it's just for a set amount of time, let's say 1 year unlimited sponsor, then I would probably use a lot of the money to invest in building like a little workshop and then have an editor for my YouTube and someone
Yeah,
helping me with the photos, like really
a
all those
team.
things I struggle
Behind the
so hard.
scenes.
Yeah, all those things like a little team so I can
Mm.
keep traveling, but the actual resource would be used for exactly what I'm doing, like
Mhm.
travel on the motorbike, just more peacefully because I wouldn't have to struggle so
Less
much with always
stress.
thinking about how to make money.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
That
Yeah, it would be nice and ideal.
yeah, definitely. I think I'm in the same kind of boat. Like for me, full-time travel, the struggle has always been finance, like trying to find like a kind of alternate income. Like I've never really succeeded with that. So
The
if I
rest is
could have
already
that,
we're ready.
yeah. So then if I get that, then I would just start my life. Like I would do
Yeah.
what I want to do. But I would like to do like from a creative point of view, I would like to do a series. Like I have had this image in my mind of like, because when I still had internet when I was younger, so I did still see, but I didn't see enough women writers. Like I when I figured out who the first woman who circumnavigated Earth,
Earth.
it was a French woman, yeah. And then I also saw Elspeth Beard and her photos. Oh my god, that's just like, wow, I want to do that. That's really cool. Like I didn't really see that. as like a 19-year-old who just started out with motorcycle riding. What I was seeing was like usually girls in bikinis on really cool bikes, which is cool. Like I really think that's cool. But I what I personally would have wanted to see as a kid was someone like in some rugged clothes, like and like this aesthetic with the really beautiful bike, and then you see these cool sceneries and her like overcoming these hardships. I kind
Mhm.
of like what I'm doing, but I'm not doing in a cinematic way. I would like to do it in a very cool, like you were talking about, Nata, like in a cinematic way, and making it more sort of like a story, like
Yeah,
kind of
but
like
you do realize that you're doing this already. You realize
Yeah.
that you are
We're
living this life.
the only thing. We're ready. We're doing it. We just need
You're
the money.
doing it.
So
You
you're
are
doing
living the
this.
dream. The dream isn't perfect because it's life. It's not just a dream. A dream is short. It's just some seconds. So the life
Mm.
you are living the life of your dreams. I mean, and
Well,
that's
yes,
most. I think the most beautiful thing that you can have is just live
of
your
course.
dream life after searching for your dream. Not just living your life and saying, ah, this is my dream life, having a family or having the normal life. Well, yeah, that can
Mm.
be a dream life too for most of the
Yes.
people. But both of you search for this and you found this. So you are living it. So congratulations. This is something
That-
very big.
that's
Very, very
true.
big. Yeah,
That is true.
strong women traveling alone, living their dream life on a motorcycle. It's it's happening. I mean, come on. So we have a tradition here. We have a tradition. I can't say this word. Okay. We have a tradition here. It's called the thought of the week, where I'm asking my guests if they could write a short sentence on the road so that every motorcycle everyone that passes will see this sentence. What would it be?
A few moments later.
There is one thing that my sister usually says to me that I really really like. It's like it goes somewhere along like it's like if you uh, I forgot it. It's like if they don't
Call your
like if they
sister.
don't yeah, I should call my sister. But it's like if they mind, they don't matter, and if they matter, they don't mind.
Mm,
This one
I like
I
that.
really, really
That's
like.
nice.
that's good.
My sister says it to me all the time whenever I'm overthinking, and because I like people and I want people to like me, and sometimes I get very anxious when I feel like people don't like me. And she always says this to me, and then I'm like, okay. Everyone doesn't have to like me, but the people that do like me, they matter. So I really, really like.
Yeah, that's true.
I was going for a more basic motivational quote thing. I don't know why, but just something like very basic. Just don't stop.
Oh,
Like
I like that one.
Good,
Don't stop.
good.
quit, just
Yeah,
go for it.
Keep
yeah.
going.
Keep
So many people
going.
doubt. Yeah, so many people doubt and they're doubting if they're good enough or if they're gonna make it.
Mm.
Just just go for it. Go
Yeah,
I
for it.
really like that one.
that's a good sorry, my English isn't Englishing anymore. That's a good
Same mine.
advice.
It's a very good advice. Super good advice.
It was an honor for me to have you as my guest. I'm so happy.
Oh,
I can, when the first ideas of this podcast started coming into my head, and it was from day one, I said, yes, I want to do this. And you were one of the first that I said, I'm going to invite these two girls. Hopefully, they're
really?
still writing together.
Nice.
Yes, you were one of the
Aw.
first I wanted to have. And I said I was going to wait and
Thank
do
you for
some.
waiting for us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, it's complicated to triangulate the times because one is in
Especially when we're moving
Australia,
all the
I'm in
time.
Romania, she's in Switzerland. So yeah, it was
Yeah, it's
complicated, but
impossible to do a podcast like this when I'm on the road. There's just not enough good internet.
it's not everything is possible. It's no problem. I waited so that you were there, you had internet, and you're on the boat, but you sometimes get
And
off. So
yeah. Yes.
So thank you so much. And I hope you have safe travels and enjoy the dream that you're living.
But I just want to
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you so much for getting us on this podcast. It
Yeah.
was so nice. I had so fun. It feels like I've been like with three best friends and we're just like chatting along. And
I'm
I
so
just want to say
happy.
thank you, Elena. Yeah, thank you so
I'm
much.
so happy.
You.
I'm happy you liked it. So bye. See you writing.
Bye.